Welcome to the NBA Prop Report for Wednesday, March 17th here at FTN Bets. Pretty big slate here tonight, and we got quite a few edges, so let's get right into them. The first one I'm going to talk about is actually two different bets that I split in half, and that is Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers. His assist number and his points number are both projecting over by a little bit, like right around 20%, I should say today. I didn't want to take one at the expense of the other, so I looked for the best price on both of them. And split it in half. So I was going to bet half a unit on Ben Simmons here because we didn't have a huge edge, but it was a big enough edge to be playable on both his assists and points. So FanDuel minus 106 for over 16 and a half points is the best number we could find for Ben Simmons points. And then assist at plus 110 on DraftKings for over 7.5 is the best number I found on assists. So I wanted a little bit on both of them. I was going to make a half unit bet on just one, but instead I decided to split it in half and put a quarter of a unit on Simmons and a quarter of a unit on Simmons points and a quarter of a unit on Simmons assist. So let's look at the next one we got here. PJ Washington, points, rebounds, and assist over 19.5, minus 105 at William Hill is the best price I saw on that one. So here's a guy that projects over in points and rebounds and an assist today. But the biggest edge overall, because he projects over on all three, is actually his edge in the points, rebounds, and assist number. So that was big enough for a half unit bet for me. Minus 105, I thought was a really good price on William Hill. Minus 110, minus 115, what you're seeing on most other sites. Some places even have this on minus 120. Next one I want to talk about, Tobias Harris assist over 3.5. This is available. I have Bet Rivers down here. It's actually Sugar House. In New Jersey, Bet Rivers is Sugar House. It's the same platform, the same group that owns both of them. Sugar House has this a minus 121, which is the best number I saw. If you don't have Bet Rivers or Sugar House in your state, DraftKings has this at minus 122. So about the same thing there. Over 3.5 on the assist number for Tobias Harris. Next number, we get into a couple unders here. I like the under on Russell Westbrook points, 25.5. This number's already dropped to 24.5 in some places, and you're getting it at like minus 105, minus 110 for 24.5. Getting it at 25.5 for minus 115 on PointsBet kind of just seems like a steal because all the other places that have it at under 25.5, we're talking 125 or more. So this was a good number here. I like it. Minus 115 on PointsBet. Russell Westbrook under 25.5 points. Next one is Caris LeVert, under for him at 18.5. DraftKings has this right at minus 110. Sugar House Bet Rivers has it at minus 110 as well. Everywhere else, this is another one that's minus 115 and minus 125. So I like LeVert for the under here today. I think we're only projecting him for about 14.5 points. So pretty decent edge there. And on top of it, we can get it at standard 110 juice on DraftKings. So that's definitely one I put some money on. Let's see what else we got here. A couple more that we can talk about. Paul George over 22.5, minus 115. This number is 23.5 on Will Hill at minus 120. So if we're getting it at over 22.5, minus 115 on Sugar House Bet Rivers, I mean, really, how can you say no to that? A lot of other sites bumped this up to 23.5 already. The ones that still have it at 22.5 pretty much have this at like minus 130. So if you can get it minus 115 still, definitely take advantage of that number. Keldon Johnson, the next one here, over 12.5 for Keldon Johnson. 3/4 of a unit bet. This is one of my bigger bets on the day. 16.9 is our projection for him. So massive edge on that 12.5 number the books are offering. Minus 120 on BetMGM is a really good price. I would have done a full unit if this was minus 110, but even at minus 120, I still think it's more than a half unit bet. So I went 3/4 of a unit there. And then the last one, Joe Harris points. This number here won't last long on Bet Rivers because a lot of other sites already bumped this up to 14.5 after the Kyrie Irving being out news. At 14.5, I would probably need even money to play this, but at minus 122 for 12.5, I'd be willing to play that on Bet Rivers. I'm not really a huge fan of going with the 14.5. Even 12.5, I don't think it's as easy as some people think, but if you can still get this at 12.5 for under minus 125, I would hammer this number. Again, as I wrote here, Rivers is a place that likes to ban you if you win too often there, but you might as well take advantage of it when they hang a bad number and bang it before you get banned anyway. So there you go. That wraps it up for the NBA Prop Report here at FTN Bets on the FTN Network for Wednesday, March 17th. Good luck, everybody.